The Empire isn't the only evil in the galaxy. The Techno Union moved out, but what moved in was equally as ruthless and slimy. G'day, I'm RJ. Welcome to the Nerdy Dad channel and my discussion of the Bad Batch episode, Retrieval. Retrieval is the 10th episode of the Bad Batch Season 2, and it was directed by Stuart Lee. I'm going to talk about the episode, and that means potential spoilers. The episode picks up right where the crossing left off, and I really like that it's Omega who thinks outside the box and has the bright idea to track Gonki, and it works. The Marauder hasn't gone far because the thief is a kid who is literally just trying to get fed. Not paid, fed. Benny's a real Oliver Twist type, and right from the start we see that Moko's a real piece of work. The Bad Batch is an animated family show, and often the showrunners aren't at all subtle with their characters. Moko is a glutton who starves his workforce. There's no grey here. It's clear that he's a villain. This scene is also absolutely disgusting to me. Moko treats his workers worse than dogs and makes them fight over scraps. Star Wars has always had an anti-greed message, but between Dooku's horde in the first episode and a literal glutton here, I don't know that it's ever been more explicit. Benny brings in a spaceship and he doesn't even get a full water ration. I mean, even just selling it for parts, the reward would be worth a lot to these planet-bound poor. Benny gets next to nothing. And worse than that, he considers it normal. In fact, he considers that Moko has been doing him a favour. When the Batch catch up to Gonki, it doesn't take long for a group of experienced soldiers to intimidate a kid. I mean, especially Wrecker. It's so bad, but watching him clothesline Benny is absolutely hilarious to me. Seeing Wrecker act like a big kitty cat with Omega every week makes you forget just how goddamn scary he is. So, against his will, Benny goes with the Batch to infiltrate Moko's mind. Benny betrays the Batch, but Omega had already wormed herself into his head at that point. Omega and Benny start to build a rapport, and the way the Batch genuinely work together and they share what they have is completely counter to the dog-eat-dog world that he'd experienced so far. Added to that, just before Moko and his droid guards get there, Omega finds out that Moko had been lying to the miners, and profits weren't going down, they were instead actually rising. And Moko was keeping all of that for himself. Now, this goes down with the miners about as well as you'd expect, and they turn on Moko. And Omega's absolute faith in Hunter gives us this awesome shot. The Batch have their ship back, and they're ready for wherever their next adventure takes them. It's time to wrap up this discussion, so I hope you can join me when I dig into the next episode, Metamorphosis. And in the meantime, you can find another one of my videos here. This is the Nerdy Dad, signing off.